On this episode of the Infowars News Blitz, Rand Paul says Obama is downplaying the Ebola threat. Tens of thousands of criminals, illegals are released, and John McCain lies about Benghazi Arms Deal. That and a lot more, so stay tuned. Okay, folks, this is the first article here, and it's an article written by Paul Joseph Watson, and the title is named Ron Paul Obama is downplaying the Ebola threat. Underneath it says, Senator says authorities not being honest about transmission of virus. Well, why not? I mean, there's a lady that flew on a plane. But anyway, Senator Ron Paul has accused Barack Obama of downplaying the threat posed by Ebola for political purposes, alleging that the president has failed to show leadership in the issue. In an interview with Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, the Connecticut senator was asked by host Dome Gilradio, or whatever his name is. I pronounce the guy's name. Sorry about that if I get it wrong. If the Ebola outbreak was morphing into an issue of incompetence and the White House lying to the American people, it adds to just a lateral of things that the president has let us down and failed to show leadership, responded Paul. So I think it's one after another. It is not just one issue. The lack of leadership on Ebola, Okay, fine, folks. What Ron Paul is saying is basically he's lying about the entire thing, and basically he has done absolutely nothing. I mean, really, you would think that basically our president would lie something like that. Well, he's basically racist. I'm just being sarcastic here, folks. But basically, and from what I've heard, this one nurse who got a chance to fly on a plane to Houston also has Ebola too. And they let this man in here, this Liberian man in here, with Ebola, and these two nurses work with him. I mean, and according to Alex Jones on the September 8th show, he basically said this: there was blood and feces stacked to the ceiling with this man. I mean, basically, probably ran out of places to put it. And they should be in a bioweapons grade level 4 hazmat, containment unit or something. Well, this is the second article of the day here. And it is a report from the Newsmax. And the person that wrote this article is called Adrian Billups. The article is titled Report Tens of Thousands of Criminals Released. Immigrant enforcement has fallen off drastically in the past year, with tens of thousands of criminal illegal aliens being released into communities, according to a new report released Wednesday by the Center of Immigration Studies in Washington. According among the report's finds, including 33% decrease for inferior deportations from 2013 was given, as well as a 50% decline of deportations at the port of entry from 2013 to 2014, the CIS report. The report, which uses immigration and customs enforcement records, cited ongoing clinches and catch and releases efforts that saw just 143 illegal aliens out of 585,000 being sent for deportation process. Note the CIS. Tens of thousands of those letting go by ICE agents have been labeled a criminal threat. The center also noted that nearly 900,000 illegals remain in the United States after receiving a final order of removal. And of that figure, the CIS added, and an estimated 160,000 are convicted criminals who remain at large. Well, does it change you want to believe in, folks? There you go. That's what he's talking about. To be honest with you, folks, this is really, really stupid. And I mean, the border's wide open. We got a border coming in from all the, from all over whatever. I mean, basically, there's a big, fat neon sign flashing above our heads, as Al Jones said, saying that if you got something, if you got an ailment or whatever, come on down. I mean, basically, and nobody cares. Seriously, we're gonna lose this country if we don't do something fast. Okay, folks, this is the last article of the day here, and guess what? It is a video. The video was made by one of the Alex Jones listeners, and basically the title is named Caught. John McCain lies about Benghazi. Well, and underneath it says, McCain denies arm transfer to radical jihadists. Well, basically, I'll play the audio for you here and from the beginning here, so technically, sit back, enjoy, and listen to it. I mean,
so you can probably figure all of our options for Syria are bad. I mean, I don't want to get in the details that would get me in trouble, but there's people been fired over telling the truth to the White House, saying, look, these are the options we have, and they're all bad. And by the way, getting involved directly is just going to make things worse, you know. So the whole idea of arming these folks, and let's be honest here, there's clear evidence in my judgment that the Libya consulate that was attacked on the 9/11 anniversary was very much involved in moving, obtaining surface-to-air missiles and other arms from the Libyans and transferring it via the Turks to the rebels in Syria. I just don't think it's in our interest to be doing that sort of thing based on the fact, as you mentioned, Alex, the chances are pretty good this is all going to come back and bite us someday.
Senator, how do we know that the arms that are going to the Syrian rebels are not going to get into the hands of ISIS?
Because if we had people who were there to funnel it to the right people, and I know these people, and I know who they are, and I know how to do it, and so do other people. It's this administration that doesn't want to do it, that is sending them to certain death when they're training them and not preventing Bashar Assad from barrel bombing them. It's disgraceful.
Do you have any
it's immoral.
Do you have any comments about the arms deal from Benghazi getting into the hands of the Syrian rebels?
That didn't happen.
The 15,000 Stinger missiles?
No, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Why would you think such a thing? Somebody is really not informing you well.
Tosh Plumley of the CIA said that the 15,000 Stinger missiles got into the hands of the Syrian.
Yes, and he also said pigs fly and the sun comes up in the west. Sure.
On blackmail. Oh, yes, absolutely. You mentioned McCain. And what do they got on this guy? I mean...
There you go. You heard him say it right there. Pigs fly and everything else under the sun. Because basically, as you just heard in the background with Matt before I stopped the video, he's completely blackmailed. I mean, really, but he did go there and meet with these people. I mean, seriously, this man is a hack. Well, that's all the articles I have for you today. If you'd like to know more about these articles, please go to the link below or go to Infowars.com. There you can find 100 articles just like this one, or PrisonPlanet.com. This is Infowars News Blitz. I'm Intro Gundam, signing off. Bye-bye.